Hi, my name is Melissa Kaule, and I'm a Senior Executive Director from Yardley, Pennsylvania. I was teaching full-time in upstate New York, living in the snow belt. My husband was commuting 45 minutes one direction, I was commuting 45 minutes another direction, and I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. I was teaching boys with emotional behavioral disorder in a special education classroom. It was starting to become really, really stressful, taking a toll on my physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, and essentially my marriage. And I was following a post by one of my best friends, Lindsay Hale. She'd been posting about 31 on Facebook for about 6 months about how much she loved everything about this company. I had absolutely no intention of doing anything with direct sales. I was just happy for my friend. Well, after a particularly bad day at work, I came home to a post that she put on the web that showed that she had made more that month than I made the last 3 months. I started with 31 in May of 2009. My original goal was to make about $100, some mommy guilt money. I figured if I had to teach, then at least if I made $100 a month, I could take my kids to the zoo. My husband and I could have a date night. Within 8 months, I had completely replaced my teaching salary. And I started actually putting my PV up on my classroom board. And I thought, well, maybe I need to be done with teaching if I'm more excited about updating my number on the board for the leadership trip than I am about going to work. As my income continued to increase and my recruits continued to increase, we started looking at our budget and realized that after the cost of daycare, I was pretty much bringing home what I was bringing home with 31. So we started talking a little bit more about me making the decision, but I felt I was being called home. And on top of it, my mom was my boss. And I was just gonna kind of have the conversation with her. And I said, I think I wanna stay home. And she said, well, it's about time you said that to me. And I said, what? And she said, I've known you've wanted to do that for a long time. And I said, you're not mad? And she said, no, I'm a grandma to those babies first. I'm your boss second. It was really hard to leave teaching because, again, I loved it. But you know, something about those mommy heartstrings pull a little tighter. And you know, when you feel that your kids are suffering because they're eating chicken fingers through the drive-through because you need to get home and grade papers, that's just, you know, that's just putting your priorities out of whack. I promoted to director in 2009, and one of the really exciting things that 31 allowed us to do at that point was start planning for a 3rd child. We were also able to move to the Philadelphia area. My husband was able to get a better position, which now allows him a ton of flexibility as well to attend 31 events with me, be with the kids. It's nice that he still has his job and his profession and his passion, but it's just a much better situation with a 10-minute commute to work and no snow. I couldn't do this if my husband wasn't taking days off to chauffeur kids around or fold laundry. You know, he's just so supportive. Some of the accomplishments, I've been really excited that we've been on 3 trips to Mexico now. We took our Dream Awards last year and took our kids to Disney, which was very, very exciting. One of the really exciting things that we have coming up for 2013, and one of our goals, is to take our family to Italy. We are going for 2 weeks to Umbria, and my husband and I are renewing our vows for our 10-year anniversary. Our daughter is just over the moon about this. This is supposed to be a cute little ceremony in a vineyard, and she has turned it into an entire wedding. Now we're at a point where we're actually giving back, which is really exciting. So we're tithing what we should have been doing all along. We're sending our kids to a Christian school this year. It's so strange to think about where I will be with 31 in the next few years, since I've only been with 31 for a few years. My goal now is just to promote out as many directors to help them. I think that once they hit that director level, there's just something that really hits with your self-esteem. But you know, we're really excited to continue to give back. We've been given a really, really great gift, essentially a windfall. And I think it's our responsibility to help other people now. So I'm really blessed that we're at a point that if it's giving back to our church, if it's giving back to the community, I know that that's going to be a really big part of what we do with the business.